In the name of Allah, the most compassionate, the most merciful, my dear friends and fellows, something very short, very, very important, very, very useful is going to be talked about as far our today's discussion is concerned. But this is about the collectivity, that's not about the individuality. One thing is there, if at all the collective matter are at good, then it automatically means that the individual's matters are also good. And that is something which started from the from a village of Africa, there in African, one of the African villages. A man, a very, very wise man, a very, very wise man, taught something to the village people and even to the children of the people. But once he did teach them, then he thought, why not to seek a kind of demonstration, if at all these people, the village of these people, the children of these people have really learnt it or not. What did he do? He bought he bought the candies, a box full of candies, and put it near under a tree, and then he asked all the children of the village to come there. He made them stand 100 meters away from that particular tree, and they were made to stand in the circle around. They circled the tree. They were told, but that by that wise man, that run together, run toward the tree, and whoever reaches the tree first of all, earlier than all others, will be allowed to take all the candies. That is what he was told. That is what they were told. And what did the children do? They they uh, they they made a chain of their hands. They caught the hands of each other, the right, the left, and in that manner they moved together towards that tree. And once they did reach there, they picked all the candies and distributed amongst themselves happily, lovingly. And what somebody then what was that? Somebody asked these children who were told the very right thing. They did tell us this is Ubunto, and Ubunto principle was taught to a very wise man living in that particular village. Now I think that is something really, really, really great. They were the children, but whatever they were taught, the principle of Ubuntu, that is something unforgettable. Now I want to tell you another thing, a very brief story that is also extremely, extremely important as well. What is that, by the way, my dear friends? Do you know that companions of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and then the caliphs, the rightly guided caliphs, the first, the second, the third, the fourth, and then going to talk about the second caliph. His name was Sayyidina Umar bin Al-Khattab, and the Sayyidina Umar bin Al-Khattab, the second caliph, where his justice and his wisdom, his bravery, all of that was matchless. Not only in the history, human history, rather earlier than that as well. No human being on earth was ever created like as brave as Sayyidina Umar bin Al-Khattab, as intelligent and wise as Sayyidina Umar bin Al-Khattab, as as uh, as judicious as Sayyidina Umar bin Al-Khattab. And then there was, the time arrived when once the fabric came from outside in the state of Madina, and they distributed all that, the equal sizes of all those fabric to the people, to the residents, or to those who have participated in a battle. These were distributed equally amongst all of them, all of the companions of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, living in Medina, or maybe those who have participated in a war, in a holy war which is called jihad. My dear friends and fellows, once Sayyidina Umar bin Al-Khattab, he was entering the Masjid al-Nabi, the Prophet's mosque. A Bedouin stopped him and questioned, "O Umar, do tell me that from where did you get the cloth of this shirt which you are wearing, this kurta which you are wearing, do tell me, and unless and until you don't do that, we will not allow, we will not listen to you at all. Then upon this, Sayyidina Umar bin al-Khattab, whose bravery was known in the whole of the world, whose wisdom was known in the whole of the world, whose who was the biggest ever, greatest ever conqueror in amongst the humans, either after the start of the history or before that. He didn't say that, do you know to whom you are talking about? He didn't say anything like that at all. And my dear friends, he didn't say that, do you know my services to the Muslim, that whatever I have done for you, I have taken you from the bottom, from the poorest level to the top level in the world. And he didn't say any of those things at all. Rather, he did reply that my son will answer. His son stood up and he replied that I had one fabric and one piece of fabric. My father has one piece of fabric. Neither this fabric was sufficient for me to make my shirt, my kurta, nor the fabric of my father was enough to make his kurta. So what I did, I gifted my piece of the fabric to my father, and that's how he has made a kurta which he is wearing, my dear friend. That is how those people were, and I think there is no one as justice loving as Sayyidina Umar bin al-Khattab. And Sayyidina Umar bin al-Khattab, definitely in all of these, as far as wisdom was concerned, as far as bravery was concerned, as far as justice, the justice he established in his state, among his reign, that is very famous. Adli Faruqi, the justice of Faruq, Sayyidina Umar bin al-Khattab, popularly known as Faruq Azam. I think nobody, no human being is like them, and the kind of Ubunto principle we started our talk with, no one else does know it better than Sayyidina Umar bin al-Khattab. That is, each one of us needs to learn, needs to know, and I think that nothing is as good as this one. And as for this Ubuntu principle is concerned, as for the Ubuntu principle and Sayyidina Umar bin al-Khattab Razillahu ta'ala anhu is concerned, I think that each one of us, all the humans, need to understand this principle, Ubuntu principle, and we need to understand as well whatever was practiced during the rule of Sayyidina Umar bin al-Khattab. Thank you. Jazakallah.